Not at this point. We'll go on to reports and communications, beginning with Councilmember Cardoza, hopefully with a air for brevity. Hopefully.
Okay. It's only 2 pages. I'm teasing. Okay. I'm going to start off with meetings on this occasion. We had a very minimal couple of weeks. Attended the Yuba City Homeless Consortium meeting. A lot of great things are happening in our Twin Cities, and it's going to only be getting better as life goes on. Attended the Sutter Community Affordable Housing. We have a lot of affordable housing being built on the other side of the river, and hopefully it's going to be on this side of the river here very soon also. Attended the Economic Development Commission meeting with the mayor. Was very enlightening, and they're moving forward. I attended the annual Unmet Transit Needs hearing at SACOG. It was virtual, but that was something to learn. Folks, they have till the end of January if they want things done with our transit authority that they need to put the requests in. I know at the meeting, there's a lot of folks in Plumas Lake that want bus services out there, and that was a big issue at the meeting, but all requests are accepted. Please turn them in. That way, our transit authority, after the first year and get the funding, we'll be able to help our community on both sides of the river also. Chamber events. This Friday morning, we had a virtual business connection breakfast. Yuba Water Agency was the host of it. Learned quite a bit about the agency. They're doing great things, and they're expecting to do more here in the future also. Community and city events. I helped our Yuba City Police Officer Association. We cooked dinner for Say Love Saturday. We served 150 people lunch. It was a great turnout. They cleaned up the river bottoms after the fire they had. Went to another Golden Valley Auto Body Car Show. We're up over 100 cars now. Friday nights are getting big on Sutter Street. They got a food truck, and it's quite the turnout. Everybody has a great time. The DBA, Councilmember Shaw and Vice Mayor and myself, we were crossing guard attendants for the trick or treat. Had a great time. And then our mayor passed out the best costume contest. So we had a great time that night. And then also I attended the drive-through trunk or treat here at City Hall with Vice Mayor. Like you said, we passed out over candy over 450 cars. We were thinking almost 500. We had traffic backed up to Highway 20 and 99, but it was a great turnout. Hopefully we'll be able to do that again next year. And that's it for me. Thank you.
All right.
Mayor, I'm going to do this speedy like Shannon does. So I think the only thing that I want, had a lot of conversations with our Board of Supervisors on the Baymont Hotel, and that got passed apparently. With the work that we've done through the council and the homeless ad hoc committee, hopefully within the last 2 years, gentlemen, we have been able to, plus with the Baymont, not including that, about 100 units of affordable housing within the last, I would say, about 1.5 years, 2 years. That includes New Haven. So that's part of the work that this council has done in the last 1.5 years. The other thing is that I think it's really, really important for us to continue. I'm encouraged to hear my colleagues talk about how we want to do things in this new normacy, but I also respect the fact that each of you are really good at listening and taking input and hearing out when we're talking about the health of this community. So I want to say that publicly because I don't think a lot of folks get that one-on-one that I get to see, and I want to thank you for that because we have a long journey ahead of us on rebuilding our economy, and we're on that track. I am so honored that we recognize the veterans tonight, and Councilman Shaw, I know that you've had a big impact on that. That's part of your passion, your commitment, and seeing the video. And one of the gentlemen that was honored tonight was my stepdad. He was a technical sergeant, and he served in the Vietnam. So I watching that video was just tremendous work. And I know George Barlow has worked really hard on the videos and the banners, and the banners have had our challenges, but just know, community, that we want to honor our veterans, and that's what we're trying to do. The trunk and treat, thank you, our city staff, for putting that together. That was amazing. And for those who attended, I heard about it in my shopping, and I heard positive and things that you don't, and when you're out and about in the community, we get to hear a little bit of everything, as you know. So really well done, and hopefully we can do more of it in the future. Lastly, I'm going to leave the conversation so we can get to the elections of a couple of gentlemen that I wish you the best in your election tonight, Councilman Cardoza and Mayor Harris. So really wish you two the best. I know it's a hard journey, and both of you probably been tired of this campaign trail, but it's tonight. So hopefully we'll see you again next week or two.
Week or two, fine. 2 months, we'll see.
I
what
think
happens.
I think both of you will be back. That's my hope. And with the aspect of voting today, I think that thinking about President Lyndon Johnson, the Voting Acts, right, an important 55 years ago, and the gals did a walk today for voting for women, and so all those things are really important. So all I want to say is to the community that voting is important. It's one of the things that you can do, just like everything else, and I'm really encouraged to see anyone and everyone out there voting who can. And I end with Congressman John Lewis, who is no longer with us. He said that when people tell me nothing has changed, I say, come and walk in my shoes and I will show you change. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Sir.
Mr. Mayor, last couple of weeks I've seen a lot of subcommittee work, been encouraged by what's going on with the Bogue-Stewart Master Tax Exchange Agreement. Hopefully that will be reaching an end point here in the very near future, as well as the working with the subcommittee on the city manager recruitment, budget committee. All of that stuff's been moving forward, so more details to come in the future. I will keep it very brief, but I want to go back to tonight. Veterans Day, as you said, Councilwoman, is very, very near and dear to me. Tonight, I wear not my Yuba City pin, but I wear my American flag and Air Force flag because I served in the Air Force. And below it is Army Aviation Wings, and I wear that for my father. I wear that for a lot of friends. I grew up near a Army base, and see what these men and women go through. And these men and women here tonight, we went all the way back to World War II. And with that, there's a lot of people that we talked to through this process that I think it carries a lot of bad memories from what they actually went through, because not everyone is willing to stand up and be recognized as a veteran just because of the things they saw, the things they had to do. But it's because of them that we have our freedoms that we do. And while there was only 8 here tonight, there's over 4,800 in our community. And it's a community. And if you've ever been around veterans, veterans will take care of veterans. Sitting in restaurants, you'll see a veteran with a Vietnam hat or something on, or Desert Storm hat. Having lunch, they'll buy that person lunch and never say a word, just as a thank you. So, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we have one more person in this auditorium here tonight that served, and I think I'm looking at her. Ooh. Oh, wait, Rob's back here. Chief, would you stand, please? Anybody else that served? Judy, did you serve? Okay, please stand. I just would like for us to give you guys a round of applause, because you guys are just as honorable as the 8 that we had before us tonight. And as I call each and every veteran I know, you guys are our hidden heroes. You walk amongst us every day, and none of us know, I'm going to say this bluntly, what hell you endured when you serve to protect our freedoms. So join me tonight, please. With that, I too wish my colleagues the best of luck. Kick butt, take names. I look forward to serving more years with both of you. So thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Vice Mayor.
Thank you. I'm not going to pretend to be brief like the others.
Oh, man.
I'll do my best. First, I want to thank Councilman Shaw for his efforts in recognizing all the veterans. Truth be told, Chief Burke, who was here tonight with us, 97 years old, fire chief here in Yuba City, I quite probably would not be here, as he is the guy that hired me as a firefighter way back in the day. So thank you, Councilman Shaw, for all that you have done towards the veterans. I want to acknowledge that I was invited by Mark Mulliner, the business manager of Local 228, to go take a look at their training center in Marysville. He's a huge advocate of vocational training. The facility, if you get a chance to go see it, is really top notch, and it's going to be good for our workforce, and it's a regional deal. On the upside, that's great. On the not so good side was he relayed a story that he really wanted to relocate that to here in Yuba City, but it was not met in a business friendly way. And so I hope, as a council, we continue to make business attention and retention and attraction one of our goals. Like Councilman Shaw mentioned, the Master Tax Exchange Agreement actually, I think, is very close to the finish line. We'll be bringing it back to council for approval. I'm sure you will be happy with the product. Keep our fingers crossed. It was mentioned the trunk or treat to Councilwoman Espindola's mention about a community event on Plymouth Street. It was a lot of people down there. The street was alive, and I had gone down earlier, about a week or so before that, and Plymouth Street was jumping with the haunted house and everything else. And so things can be really good down there, but we need to throw a little of our support down there as well. Councilman Shaw mentioned the city manager process. I think it's fair to say that we have an applicant pool of over 100. And a quick look at those who are a pretty talented group. So that process will continue to move forward. And a couple of other things is we have commissions openings right now: Planning Commission, Parks and Rec Commission, and Economic Development Commission openings. So if you're out there in the public and you're interested in serving, take a look on the website or come down to City Hall. And like everyone else, I certainly wish the best to my friend and colleague Manny Cardoza and my friend and colleague Sean Harris tonight. I know you've put forth the effort. I know that you come to the meetings and participate and do the work. So I wish you the best. Thanks.
All right. Thank you very much for all that support. We'll see how it goes. I run the risk, of course, reiterating since I have to go last, but thank you so much again for recognizing or spearheading the effort to recognize our local veterans. I learned something: over almost 5,000 here locally. I didn't realize it was that many, so that's pretty awesome and a proud moment for our city, I think, to recognize them and our two individuals right here. It's just really awesome. Of course, my son, as you guys all know, is stationed in, where is he now? Texas. And just got back from Alaska, heading off to Qatar here for 6 months, doing his thing. And so I'm not living that. I'm not him and not his family, but I am his father. And so I have my son and my grandchildren a few hundred miles away. And so I can only imagine what the sacrifice is when you're living that. And you all did that, and so did everybody else. And so we really appreciate that, and for the grander purpose of our country. And then one part of the reasons of that is the ability to vote. And I couldn't agree more, Councilwoman Espindola. The more the merrier. I think it's embarrassing we don't have 100% every time, to be honest with you. However, it's my understanding that we already have record turnout. And I think that's great. It's an honor to be a part of the process, no matter whether just voting or if your name's on the ballot. I think it's a wonderful thing, and I'm proud to be a part of it. As far as meetings, most of mine are in the beginning of the month. So this last 2 weeks, we haven't really had a whole heck of a lot, but I did, one of the notable things that I had the honor of participating in was a brief tour of the city accompanied by Ben Moody, a lady named Julie Young from Urban Elements, her own private company. And she gave us some really good insight and some encouragement and some outside the box thinking and some options to consider regarding economic development, specifically related to housing here in Yuba City. Of course, we're going to overlay that with the anticipated improvements with Bridge Street and a few other things. I was happy to hear her. We wanted to bombard her with all the potential things that we kind of saw. But she said, well, I'll come back. I just want to do small bites. Well, that was encouraging that she was interested, and she saw the Yuba City that we were envisioning, and she was really excited with what she saw and the potential that we have here in our town to give folks some housing options and of course that would result in some economic development and helping some folks out. So there's more to follow, more to come on that, but I really enjoyed that time, and thank you, Ben, for being a part of that and your anticipated participation later. And that really was the main thing. Like I said, everything was it's either in the beginning of the month or I had a few things on a personal level that conflicted that I wasn't able to participate in some meetings, but it all worked out in the end. So that being said, I will cut it short. I thank you all for your work that you do all the time. You step up. Master's Tax Exchange Agreement, our subcommittee on the city manager, budget, the list goes on and on, homelessness. We all come together and we do the job, we step up, we work together. We have a wonderful city staff that supports us all the time, and so very appreciative. So thank you all for that, and that being said, I will adjourn our meeting. Thank you all very much.